It's a message that says kill all the prisoners, perhaps save some of the officers, probably because they'll want to interrogate them and get intelligence out of them. But this is just another intercept by the Ukrainians. Now, of course, we cannot verify it, and CNN has reached out to the Russian Ministry of Defense. No comment yet.
Yeah, I have a feeling they probably won't be forthcoming. Now, that's a devastating revelation that they believe, and again, grains of salt on everything. We don't know for sure what to trust coming from any source, even from a guy who apparently is just a disembodied head floating in darkness, of exactly what is true. But they're saying they've intercepted communiques that the policy now is just to execute the prisoners. And by the way, that is consistent in what we have seen from the Russian forces for some weeks. But that is just one of a number of devastating and in some cases hard to process bits of news coming out of the war or on the periphery of the war. And I want to talk about a few. So there's apparently footage showing a chemical plant in Russia being set on fire. Take a look at this. So just to be clear, that footage is not in Ukraine, it's in Russia. It's described as a chemical plant 250 miles east of Moscow, and chemical plants do get set on fire. Sometimes they just explode. It happens in the United States. It did come on the same day that a defense plant blaze also broke out, killing 7 people. Just putting that out there. Also happened to notice that there were a couple of oligarchs found dead just in the past couple of days. Former Kremlin official and Gazprom Bank vice president was found dead in his luxury Moscow apartment alongside the bodies of his wife and 13-year-old daughter on Monday. It appeared he had shot them before turning the gun on himself. Now that's in Moscow. Oligarch apparently killed his family and then killed himself. The following day, a former Novatech deputy chairman and his wife and his 18-year-old daughter were found dead in their mansion in Spain in this case. The scene suggested the woman had been stabbed before the oligarch hung himself in the garden. Now, this is 2 different countries. Neither, by the way, were on the international sanctions list. I'm just putting all this out here, Brett. That's a lot, and things happen in the world. There are coincidences. Multiple fires can break out, multiple oligarchs can die. We're living in crazy times, and I go to crazy places in my mind. That's all I'm saying.
What's your contention that the Russians are behind it?
Well, that theoretically there could be sabotage happening inside of Russia. That's an idea. That's not my idea, obviously, but that's an idea. And the idea that people have been killed in other countries by the Russians would hardly be the first time. Novel, unique, Well,
I'll say this. When it comes to ridiculous activities that are also extremely bleak, like that is Russian culture. And then you throw in like an acrobat. In my experience with Russian culture, reading their books, and then like hanging out with some, it is just strange to me. But also, like, here's another thing that I like to draw a line between, like, to just give you an idea of where America has gotten relative to Russia, like years and years ago, it's almost comical and well known that if someone was engaged in a scandal in Russia, it was literally that the Kremlin had put child pornography on their computer. They literally called everyone a pedophile. Like, it's well documented. It's happened many, many times. That was their go-to move for a long time. And then they'd also go kill people. Here in America, we're right now at the point where we're calling everybody a pedophile.
Yeah.
I'm scared that we'll get to the point where they'll do this. And like when I'm thinking about these like murder suicide crime scenes, I can almost see, like, I'll say KGB, but whatever they have now, they're giggling. They're like, all right, I'm gonna kill them and put the gun in hand, shoot himself, put him down.
Yeah.
Like,
and again, we're not saying that that's what happened. There is no direct evidence of any of this. It's just
I will compare the convenient coincidental nature of these events, but not declare that they are absolutely connected. It's just that, like, this happens a lot. So it's either the thing where I'm implying might be the case, or it's just really, really bad luck that all the people who oppose Putin, either in public or in private, seem to end up dead in ways that it's like, well, I can't believe he fell off giant balcony.
Yeah, ways that are just coincidence. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, by the way, none of this has to be anything more than a coincidence for the situation to be devastating. More photographs have now been released, satellite photography of mass graves outside of Mariupol. You can see they've been expanded. So many people are being killed. The situation is incredibly serious, even if only the things happening inside of Ukraine are true and verifiable. It is a devastating situation. The war needs to end.
For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.